so good.
Try to do the same thing that you did. You know, this one smells alcoholic.
How many beers we got in?
Like 5 or 7.
Okay. No, it's 13. 13.9 exact. Okay, how you started?
Okay. Before I flew your cold. Hello world, my name is Pooh and this is my lovely mother Pam, and together we make P&P TV. Today is my mom's birthday and we decided to just do a seafood boil. We have right here in this container lemons, of course. We have a few what do you call it? Shrimp, lobster tails, and crab legs, potatoes, and corn. And then we have some raw broccoli right here. And then we have my mom's, I love her garlic butter sauce. I love it with the potatoes. It's right here. And then this right here is the Blove Sauce. And my mom likes it like extra, extra, extra spicy. So, yes. So I guess we're going to start. And, okay.
Bless the food.
Okay. You going to bless it, Mom?
God, thank you for this food today. Bless the hands that prepared it, and may it be nourishing to our body. Amen.
Amen.
Now, I'm going to start with this. Yeah. Give me a couple of these shrimp. Put it in there.
Oh, you just did a whole thing? Okay, potato.
Ain't nobody get no scissors.
Now, this is supposed to be a mukbang, but it might end up turning into ASMR because I normally don't talk a lot when I'm eating.
Neither one of us talk a lot when we're eating.
And if it looks like I don't know what I'm doing with the food here, it's because I don't. Because this is like my second time ever eating crab legs. So I may be doing something completely wrong, but y'all let me know. Okay.
Spicy. Going down the wrong way.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat today because...
You know what you do like that?
Oh, okay.
You can probably cut in there.
It shows you right here that I don't normally eat seafood bowls. I got crab all over my arm.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing. Let me see.
Gonna leave a lot of meat in there.
Well, nice.
It's gonna be all over my shirt.
Me and my mom may have to reconsider doing this an ASMR channel. Because I'll be seriously focused on my food. Like when me and my mom go to restaurants, we usually order our food. We'll talk before our food comes, and whenever our food comes, we eat, and that's all we do, eat and drink. And then after we complete our meal, we usually talk for a couple of hours before we leave the restaurant. Yeah, this type of food makes me feel like I'm playing with it, because I like to go and get right on to it. Okay, we're going to go on and move on with that. And I'm just going to try a potato.
That'd be your best bet.
I don't know if y'all can see that. We may have to set up our camera a little differently next time. You know, we're definitely amateurs at this. People that know us a lot of times don't think that we're mother and daughter, because people say that we're like night and day. My mom is very serious. She's just a straightforward person, and I'm like more of the passive aggressive person of the two of us. My mom said I'm too friendly to people, and I agree. And so, yeah.
I'm actually sweet though.
Yes, my mom is a very sweet person. She's a very giving person, and she's definitely a big goofball. A lot of people don't get a chance to see that because they make a lot of assumptions about who she is before they get to know her. And with me, either people think I'm super nice, or they think I'm stuck up, because a lot of times when I'm like in a big crowd of people, or even sometimes when I'm in a small crowd of people, I tend to be really quiet. But that's just who I am sometimes. And like when I really get comfortable with people, I tend to talk a lot. So
same thing with me. For the most part, I'm trying to fill the room out, especially if it's people that I don't know.
Exactly. Definitely one thing we have in common: we're both introverts, and we're homebodies. This whole like quarantine, the pandemic, this whole thing, it doesn't really faze us because we're so used to being at home. We're not people that have to be around people 24/7 or out at the stores or just constantly doing stuff in the community. We're perfectly fine being right here. And I think that's the problem with a lot of people, is that they're so used to just constantly just being able to do whatever they want to do. And right now it's like, you do what you want to do, is you're going to pay the consequences. But a lot of people think that they're trapped at home, and really you have to think of it like this: you're safe at home.
Mm-hmm. We've already had some family members affected by this pandemic. And let them tell it ain't nothing nice. So all the stuff we hearing on the news is not just talk. We haven't lost anybody, but we've had, I think it's 9 people now.
Mm-hmm.
That 9 actual family members, bloodline members. They wonder why we don't show up at the parties. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Our family had like, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, in like 1 week, one time recently, and we had to sit out.
There was some of those that ended up affected by this.
And people may call us antisocial, especially now, but like I said, me and my mom, it's always just been me and her. So, and like I said, we're just perfectly fine just keeping to ourselves and staying out of other people's business.
Doing our own thing. But of course, staying at home, mind your own business. Sometimes you still get mixed up in some crap you had no clue about. People walking around mad at you. Hell, I've been in my house since March the 4th, before they said they were shutting down anything. But y'all people that find stuff to be mad at me about, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm just the type of person, if you mad at me today, go ahead and deal with it today. Don't wait a year or two down the line, and a lot of our family do that. They wait further down the line, then they finally want to tell you what it was they was mad about. By this time, I'm over it, and you can do what you want to do with the information you want to deliver now. Because sometimes by the time you wait a year, everything is really all screwed up. That's why I like handling stuff while it's fresh on my mind. So you don't have to go find trouble. Sometimes trouble come find you.
That's true, but I just feel like the problem with people is that why be a certain way and never tell that person what's going on. It's okay to be mad, if it's family, we're gonna get on each other's nerves. We're not gonna always agree, with what people do or say or whatever, but why not be an adult about the situation and just at least come to that person and say, hey, this, X, Y, and Z took place, and, let's discuss it as men and or women,
Men don't have that problem. Most of the time, men go on and deal with what they gonna deal with. They ain't doing all that catty stuff. And they keep it moving. They don't sit around and think about that stuff like that. If you they boy, then you they boy. You gonna handle it. Y'all gonna maybe be pissed off at each other. But men are nothing like women.
Oh, this sauce is hot.
Now you see why I was choking. Clean it up.
Originally, I was supposed to be doing like this big old birthday shindig for my mom. Well, yeah, for my mom this year, and life got in the way. Then the pandemic took place, and then of course still life is in the way. So I still want to have something for my mom at some point in the future, but I mean, it's more important that our health be, the first priority.
And really and truly, she doesn't have to do anything, because sooner or later I'll show y'all, but everything pretty much in my house, she paid for. And what happened, the reason why she's so, number one, she's already helpful, but she really kicked it in gear when I got sick and had to quit work. I came a long way, but I've always had a child that stepped up to the plate and did what she needed to do to make stuff happen. Never had to ask. Never had to ask for assistance. She was always there. She seen that it was a need for, her to pick up some of the slack to make my situation a little better. I never really asked her to do anything. She always just automatically does it. It's Blove Sauce. It's delicious. It's a little spicy because I add extra spice, get an extra kick. But of course, I use the mild version. I've actually purchased the spicy and the mild, but today I use the mild version, and I have to put some kick to it.
But when it comes to my mom, I'll do anything for my mom. And the fact that, you know, I don't know, I'm an old soul. So I'm an old soul. So I've always felt like, even when I was a child, it made sense for me to, if I could help my mom in any way, then why not help, why not help her? Especially if I see that my mom needs that assistance. And my mom has always been such a hard working woman. Like, my mom at one time was working 3 different jobs, just to support me and her. So, I mean, why not, pick up the slack in some way? And then I'm an adult now. Like, it doesn't make sense for me to be living in my mom's house and not trying to contribute in any type of way. Because I eat the food, I use the water, the electricity, my stuff is here in storage in a bedroom, like, so it only makes sense.
Y'all had people ask me, would it be wrong of them to ask their kids to pay a certain bill in the house? I actually thought it was kind of funny because I had to tell them now, once they get grown, them y'all's bills. Them not my bills, they our bills. So don't feel sorry when you ask your kids to pay a light bill, a cable bill. Grown kids, they should be paying more than that. Or get out on your own if you don't want to pay a gas bill or a light bill. But I never had to ask my daughter for none of that. She started as a teenager, wanting to know what could she help me with. How could she help? Because for the most part, I stayed at work all the time. When I got sick, she said, well, Mom, if I give you a certain amount of money, will that help you out? Whatever amount of money at that time would have helped me out.
Like my mom said, she has definitely came a long ways. There was a time where a doctor had told my mom that she literally had 1 year to live. And that really kicked a lot of things into gear for my mom. And ever since then, it's just like, my mom has just been doing phenomenal.
If I ate some of this potato out, I'll be full.
I think I've already ate 2 pieces, but I think I'm just gonna give up on this crowd because I can't.
Break it open. Take that out. There you go. Just meat in that part right there. I need a whole roll of paper towels today. Get shrimp in there. Cause I'd have food all over my shirt. I'm a messy eater.
Even whenever we go to restaurants, it never fails. My mom always drops something on the front of her shirt. I don't care what it is. Where we go.
I need a bill.
And guys, I know y'all gonna talk about how I'm eating this. I'm probably leaving a whole lot of meat behind. When I used to eat chicken wings, I know I was with a lot of meat because I didn't know how to clean my bone.
That's crab right there. You not eating it yet?
Where am I?
Right there.
Oh.
Oh Lord, she leaving big old pieces. Y'all,
I'm not used to eating like this. Is like really upscale to me as far as eating. I'm not used to eating stuff like this. Like I'm used to eating seafood, but it's like shrimp, fried catfish, but like crab legs and lobster tails and stuff. This is not the norm for us.
yeah, I just usually do a little shrimp, potato. What I do? Shrimp, potato,
Corn and
I just to do sausage.
that's another thing too. I mean, this is gonna probably sound extremely confusing, but like this week we've been kind of picking out on all the foods that we have been dreaming of eating, so that on Monday we can start our new lifestyle journey as plant-based, pescatarian, flexitarian, whatever you may want to call it. But we're gonna be basically, we're basically gonna be plant-based 80%. 80% of the time we're gonna be plant-based starting Monday. We're still gonna incorporate seafood, but it won't be like things like this, like a big old portion of seafood at one time. And we're not gonna be eating meat every day. Like we haven't been eating chicken. I haven't ate beef in like 7 years, pork in like 6. So once Monday come, we'll be, like I say, plant-based 80% of the time and eating seafood 20% of the time. But this week we just been kind of just eating however much we want until we just feel like we're gonna get tired of it. So that way when Monday come, we're not backpedaling. But this is the reason why, like, I'm doing this so probably not the right way, because I don't typically eat this type of seafood. This is like definitely a special occasion. This broccoli is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite part of a seafood boil is the potatoes. Because there's been times in the past my mom will just make me potatoes with the garlic sauce that she makes on it, and I'll just eat that. I don't miss any other elements of it. I just love, really truly enjoy the potatoes. But yeah, like, we chose to go plant-based, basically, is what we are, or what we're gonna be. Because my mom has hit a plateau. My mom has been basically at this plateau for, I don't know, probably a good year or longer. And I haven't hit a plateau. It's just that my brain has hit a plateau, and
Sorry.
my brain has hit a plateau and basically telling me that I know what I'm supposed to be doing and I'm not doing it. Because a little over a year ago, I was 100% plant-based, and I had lost a tremendous amount of weight. I was, last year, the earlier part of last year, like in February, I was 126 pounds. July came, that was family union time, and I was 100, I think I was I was either 135 or 145 by the time July came. And I just went crazy with food. I didn't care what I was eating. I was eating things left and right. I had forgot that I was actually plant-based. And make a long story short, I am currently, honestly, I think I'm currently 208, but the biggest I've ever been was 218, and that was probably about a month ago. So I'm super far away from where I once was at the early part of last year, 2019, because I went back to the SAD diet, which is just the standard American diet. And like I said, I just didn't look back, and now I'm really regretting it. But one of the reasons why I decided to go back to like my regular diet, the SAD diet, was because I thought I wasn't getting enough protein, because I was skinny fat. I didn't have any muscle tone. I just felt like I was just fat. I was slimmer, but I just was just flat. And I thought the best way to improve the way my body looked was to just basically go back to the way I was eating, but that wasn't smart either. So I'm a lot more educated now on the plant-based lifestyle. So this time I know pretty much a better way of doing things, instead of just completely just like letting the ball drop and just going backwards, you know. Now I'm learning that I just need to research. Stop what I'm doing and research. Because I really don't know how to be this weight. I guess nobody necessarily knows how to be their particular weight, but I was never more than like 175. And I didn't think I would ever be 200 pounds or bigger, but never say never.
Allergies, y'all. It ain't the spice, it's the allergies.
And it's definitely not what's going on in the world, because I have the same cough.
She's been tested twice. I've been tested once. That's why I have to stay away from people. I want to keep the negative going.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. This broccoli is good.
Mm-hmm. Focus on the onions on there. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let us know if y'all have any suggestions for the channel. Honestly, like, let us know if you want to see more mukbangs from us. Seriously. You don't want to drink some yourself?
Look at Miss Martin. Yeah, I couldn't. Whatever it was, I couldn't make it move. Whew. And we're back.
Now, we thought when we started recording this, you know, this is our first mukbang, that everything else was going to be the reason why we couldn't get through the mukbang. Like, I have a little doggy sister. She's a poodle. my mom's dog. Her name is Baby. We thought she was gonna be barking the whole nine. My grandfather stays with us. We thought he was gonna be, you know, in and out of the back door, but our coughing is the biggest issue. Is the only issue. So we apologize. It's just that my mom has allergies. I actually was just recently diagnosed with asthma. Not even like a week ago. So we probably are going to have a lot of time where we're going to have to stop and the whole nine. But that's why there's such things as editing.
That wasn't a normal cough. That was a choke. That was a choke for real. Yeah, crunch is real. The crunch is real.